Hi, and welcome to my presentation of Treeless Mountain, a 2008 drama film that took place in Seoul, Korea. So first, let's address our cast and summary. Our two main characters being Jin and Bin, two sisters that lived with her mother in a small apartment. Jin being played by Hee Young Kim, and Bin being played by Song Hee Kim. This film is kind of about two sisters whose mother decides to leave them in pursuit of her ex-husband, forcing those two girls to kind of raise themselves, selling grasshoppers on the street. And Jin being the older sister, so having to take that responsibility of taking in her little sister and preserving her innocence while maintaining a life and self-sustaining in a world without her mother. Jin and Bin did end up being transferred to their aunt, who wasn't really fond of children. They often didn't feed the kids or show them much attention. So eventually they get shipped over to their grandmother, who decides to take them in. Despite their grandfather not having much interest in having the kids, the grandmother did decide to take them under her wing. And the two girls did various chores and such to maintain their style of living in their new home. Here's a picture of Jin, actress. And then here's Bin. Some themes I noticed in this movie were kind of like maturity, family, and survival of the fittest. These two girls, Jin being the oldest at 6 years old, did have to take up a lot of motherly responsibilities in taking care of her sister and kind of preserving her sister's feelings, as she was aware that her mother wasn't coming back at a certain point in time, though her sister, being younger, wasn't very aware of this. Another theme I saw was family. Her and her sister were together through all of these instances, and it kind of made them have a stronger bond as they went along. There's a picture of the two sisters with their piggy bank as they're in pursuit of filling the bank, hoping that their mother will come back if they collect all their coins. I will say that in this movie, it was a little bit sad because I did relate to both girls, but I will talk about that when I get to my personal thoughts. So this film actually did end up winning a various amount of small kind of film festival awards that went for internationally and within the United States. It did receive a lot of positive criticism, and as this film was independent, it didn't win any major film titles or anything like that, but as you can see, a lot of independent awards were won within a couple of years of the film being released. Oh, and then this was a picture that was released during the critical year of this film, kind of giving opinions. I thought it was a cute little picture. Down to my personal thoughts. So I chose this movie not only because I am Korean, but I did relate to these girls a lot. My mother also left when I was around 4. So I kind of end up relating to both Jin and Bin. Jin in the sense where I felt like I did have to raise myself a little bit and make myself aware of a lot of the situations that I may not have if I had a motherly presence. And Bin in the sense where I did end up, wanting my mother and kind of not understanding why she wasn't here or when she was going to come back. And it was a lot of self-doubt and self-reflection. I will say one of the big differences that I did see, besides them living with their grandmother, which is also similar to me, is that they did end up switching scenery. So they went from going to the city to working on a farm with their grandmother, where they were overall happier. But I still think for a 6-year-old, that is a big adjustment to make with no guidance. So this is the gallery. This is the picture of the film, like the front cover of the film that was used when it was officially released. And then this was our 2009 official trailer for the movie. Now, I will say I did look further to try to find other scenes and clips of the movie. However, because this was a smaller independent film, I couldn't find much on public platforms that I wouldn't get copyrighted for trying to take clips out of the original movie. So that's what I found. So the director as well was fairly young for creating her first film. She was a Korean American independent filmmaker. She had made other films, mainly 4 feature films: Treeless Mountain, For Ellen, In Between Days, and Love Songs, were her 4 full-length movies. She was awarded multiple awards, as well as not only being raised in Korea, but immigrating to the United States, where she got her degree here and went on to film other things here and in Korea. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought overall that the director and the cast and the scripting did a great job emphasizing youth and survival of the fittest, and kind of it's almost a coming of age movie. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts, and thank you so much.